The last 11 hours had been total reflection for Nigerian football as the Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to qualify for Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup as the away goals rule and the Black Stars of Ghana, one of the 5 tickets to represent Africa at this year's Global Football Showcase. Well, it is on that reflective note I welcome you to the midweek edition of YM Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. How was your night? I know it was not good because the Super Eagles failed to qualify after that 1-0 draw with Otto Hodder side. But what can we do? The show must go on. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. You are welcome on board. Let's get the show on the road. And we start with news this morning because a federal high court in Abuja has fixed June 9th for the hearing of a motion to grant a leave to appeal against the ruling discharging and acquitting of the Nigerian Football Federation president, talking about Amaju Mervyn Pinika and others in a criminal charge fight against them. Justice Inyanga Hekwala, who fixed the date, said he would hear the motion on notice on the next adjourned date. When the case was called, Justice Hekwala asked counsel to the applicant, talking about Dr. Sessions Huponga, to inform the court what the application was all about. And after listening to Huponga's reason for filing the motion, the judge said he would listen to the lawyer formally on June 9th. Well, don't forget that other listed in the motion include the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a complainant and respondent. There's Sanusi Mohammed, the General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Federation, Sheyi Akiwumi Sheudiko Pinika as the defendant or respondent, and of course Yusuf Ahmed Fresh. From there, let's move straight to what happened yesterday at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. Oh, what a night for the Black Stars of Ghana, and it was a disappointing result for the Super Eagles of Nigeria because the Super Eagles have been eliminated from the 2022 FIFA World Cup by the Black Stars of Ghana after the second leg of the African qualifiers playoffs ended 1-1 at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, where the Black Stars qualified on the away goals rule after the first leg in Kumasi ended goalless last Friday. Arsenal star Thomas Partey, who spoiled the party for the Super Eagles, put the Black Stars ahead before William Troost-Ekong scored from the penalty spot to make it 1-1. Well, it is a return to the World Cup for the Ghanaians after missing out of the 2018 edition. For the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the team failed to qualify for a 4th consecutive appearance for the FIFA World Cup. The game saw coach Austin Eguavoyena made some changes with Calvin Bassey, Ademola Lookman and Frank Onyeka replacing Innocent Bonke, Samuel Chukwueze and Moses Simon. The Eagles had the first attempt on goal after a Ghanaian player almost directed his clearance over the bar for a corner. Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey put Ghana ahead in the 11th minute with a low shot which went through the grips of Francis Uzor. On the 12th minute, Osimhen had the chance after raising on to a long pass and his shot just missed the target, but the flag went up for offside. In the 14th minute, Bassey sent in a dangerous pass which almost located Osimhen, but a Ghanaian defender made a good block as the Eagles equalized in the 22nd minute through a Troost-Ekong from the penalty spot after a VR review check for a foul on Ademola Lookman. Well, a few minutes later, the Eagles were awarded a free kick close to the Ghanaian box for a foul on Osimhen, but Lookman's effort came off the wall. Osimhen thought he had given the Eagles the lead on the 35th minute from a pass from the back, but after a longer consultation with the video assistant referee, the goal was disallowed. 5 minutes before halftime, Bassey won the ball in a good position, but saw it cross hit a Ghanaian defender. Before the start of the game, the Eagles made a change as Shehu Abdullahi replaced the injured Frank Onyeka. In the 52nd minute, a good cross from Dennis Bonaventure in search of Victor Osimhen was headed away by a Ghanaian defender. Well, 5 minutes into the second half, a good corner was headed by Eagles player which went just wide. Osimhen almost put the Super Eagles ahead on 59th minute, but this attempted bicycle kick from a deflected cross went just over the bar. On 70th minute, Leon had Remy Balogun met Simon's set piece with his head, but the Ghanaian keeper made a good block, and with 7 minutes left on the clock, Osimhen made another bicycle kick attempt from a knockdown from Odon Judy Gallo, only to see his effort missed the target. The Eagles continue to probe and almost scored from a corner, but a Ghanaian player cleared the ball off the line at the end of proceedings yesterday. It was the Black Stars who qualified on away goals rule after it ended 1-1 yesterday in Abuja. Don't forget that goalless draw in Kumasi came back to haunt the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But angry fans, it was a sorry scene at the end of the game yesterday because angry fans invaded the main bowl of the Moshood Abiola Stadium, destroying everything in sight immediately after Nigeria's 1-0 draw against Ghana, which ended the Super Eagles' dream of reaching a 7th World Cup appearance in Qatar in November. It was a sorry sight for a fully packed 60,000 capacity stadium as fans destroyed facilities and of course most of the grass down there at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. And according to some reporter this morning, we learned CAF doping officer for yesterday's game is confirmed dead. We continue to build up to the big one coming on Friday, talking about the FIFA World Cup qualifier, but not too good news coming from Abuja this morning. And well, before we come on set by afternoon, we should get a clearer picture of what happened yesterday for the CAF doping officer. Still AM Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Let's move straight to Dakar, where African champions, it was the battle between two Liverpool teammates, talking about Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah. And Sadio Mane scored the winning penalty in a shootout to send the Teranga Lions of Senegal to the 2022 World Cup after Liverpool teammate Mohamed Salah missed a spot kick for Egypt in the repeat of the African Cup of Nations final. Senegal were left jubilant at the final whistle after winning on penalties, with Egypt players disconsolated and Salah, one of the world's best players, left contemplating his absence from November's tournament in Qatar, where the second leg of the playoff tie in Senegal's new 50,000-seat stadium finished 1-0 to the host and 1-1 on aggregate after extra time, sending the game to a tense and dramatic shootout. It was a tense game in Dakar yesterday in the repeat of the finals of the African Cup of Nations, where the second leg was so dramatic. Mane had netted the penalty which won the Nations Cup, remember, and the Reds forward notched the decisive spot kick once again after goalkeeper Edward Mendy of Chelsea had given Senegal an advantage by saving from Mustafa Mohamed at 2-1. Egypt's captain Salah was one of 4 players to miss the first 4 penalties of a shootout marked by a vast number of green laser pointers directed at the visiting players, and goalkeeper Senegal's Boulaye Dia was the scorer of the only goal in normal time, notching after just 4 minutes with a shot that hit the body of Pharaoh's defender Amdi Fatil. Elsewhere in Africa's World Cup playoffs, Ghana, Tunisia, Morocco and Cameroon also clinched qualification, with Nigeria, Mali, Democratic Republic of Congo and Algeria all eliminated. Well, good one for Rigobert Song. And of course, talking about the FECAFOOT president, Samuel Eto'o Fields, won a game yesterday in Algiers as they defeated Algeria to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. So we've got the 5 teams that will represent Africa in November's showpiece in Qatar, where no Super Eagles of Nigeria. We've got the Teranga Lions of Senegal, talking about African champions. We've got the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, of course the Black Stars of Ghana. There is the Atlas Lions of Morocco, not forgetting the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. So the 5 teams will definitely represent Africa at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar later this year. But sticking with Nigerian stories this morning, let's inform you that Napoli striker Victor James Osimhen has been named as Serie A Player of the Month for March, where the Nigerian scored 4 goals in 3 games for the Patanopio in the month under review. The 23-year-old has bagged 15 goals in 25 appearances for Italian Serie A title chasers Napoli this time. The ranking was compiled according to the statistics coming from Italy this morning, and it's a good one for that man, Victor Osimhen. But of course, it could have been an icing on the cake for him yesterday if the Super Eagles qualified for the FIFA World Cup, where Super Eagles forward Emmanuel Dennis Bonaventure could leave Watford this summer after just 1 season if the Hornets failed to avoid relegation. According to reports this morning, Watford are currently 18th in the Premier League table with 22 points from 29 games, 3 points of safety. The 24-year-old Nigerian joined the Hornets from Club Brugge last summer on a 5-year deal worth £4.5 million. The former Cologne star has taken the Premier League by storm this season, scoring 9 goals and registering 5 assists in 27 league matches. Stadium Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. It was a messy affair yesterday. for the Super Eagles, we must say, and according to reports we gathered, the Super Eagles are to be in their dressing room for close to 1 hour as fans we are ready to attack them. The fans are taking laws into their hands, and well, we must just brace up. Possibly sanctions might be coming on Nigerian football. But let's move straight to qualifiers from the European scene. All hail Portugal, they are through to the FIFA World Cup, where Bruno Fernandes of Manchester United sent Portugal to the World Cup with a double in their playoff final win over North Macedonia. Fernandes won the ball in midfield, played the 1-2 with Manchester United teammate Cristiano Ronaldo, and fired home from the edge of the box to open the scoring. And Porto, he then volleyed in Diogo Jota's cross for the second, having helped start the move himself outside his own box. The Macedonians, remember, stunned Italy in the semis, offered a little throughout. They never looked like reaching a first World Cup and failed to test Portugal goalkeeper Diogo Costa once. Well, Portugal qualified for their 60th World Cup in a row, with Ronaldo, who is 37, going to the tournament for a 5th and potentially the final time in his career. And of course, as Portugal qualified, don't forget Poland with that man talking about Robert Lewandowski did the needful against the opponent Sweden yesterday, where Poland are through to the World Cup in Qatar after Robert Lewandowski and Piotr Zielinski's goals gave them a playoff win over Sweden. Lewandowski's penalty early in the second half after a foul on Gregor's Kauchak broke the deadlock. Zielinski took advantage of the defensive lapse to run clear and settle the tide in favor of the home side. The draw for the finals take place this Friday. And counting down to the draw on Friday for the FIFA World Cup, let's inform you that the 8 seeded teams for Friday's World Cup finals draw have been confirmed after Portugal sealed their place with a 2-0 win over North Macedonia. Pot 1 contains host Qatar along with our strongest 7 nations to have qualified for the finals according to the next FIFA World Ranking, which will officially published ahead of the draw. In Pot 1, we have Qatar, the host nation. There's Brazil, Belgium, the Red Devils of Belgium, France, Argentina, England, Spain, and Portugal. It means heavyweight Germany and Netherlands, along with Denmark, Switzerland, Croatia, and Uruguay, will be placed into Pot 2 and face the likelihood of a difficult group for the finals, which will be held between November 21st and December 18th in Qatar. The remaining pot cannot be confirmed until CONCACAF qualifying is completed. If, as expected, Mexico and United States collect the final 2 automatic places, they will both be slotted into Pot 2. All 4 pots will be ordered by the FIFA World Ranking. Well, apart from the winners of the 3 remaining playoffs, 2 intercontinental and the outstanding UEFA part involving Ukraine, which are due to be played in June, will be placed into Pot 4 regardless of their FIFA ranking. International friendly games were in abundance yesterday across different centers. Let's start with England, who defeated Ivory Coast by 3-0. England strode to victory in their friendly against Ivory Coast at Wembley to complete a satisfactory international break for manager Gareth Southgate. Borussia Dortmund teenager Jude Bellingham produced an outstanding individual display as England followed up Saturday's win against Switzerland with a commanding performance. The hosts were well in control and leading through Holly Watkins' closer range finish before former Tottenham defender Serge Auriel's dismissal when he was shown his second yellow card for dissent 5 minutes before the break. Raheem Sterling, the captain for the night and creator of Watkins' 30th minute opener, made it 2-0 on a stroke of halftime, effectively ending the game as a contest. Defender Tyrone Mings' injury time header completed the formalities, and England were victorious over Ivory Coast by 3-0. England boss Gareth Southgate has scored the point of defender Harry Maguire in their 3-0 friendly win over Ivory Coast. An absolute joker. Let's make listen to what Southgate had to say to the booze that was directed to Manchester United captain Harry Maguire.
I thought the reception was a joke, absolute joke. What he's done for us, the way he's performed for England has been phenomenal. I don't get it. So we're either all in this together or we're not. And he's in an England shirt, and not only should you support a player in an England shirt regardless, but when he's played at the level he has and got us to the put the performances in for us he has, it should be total commitment behind him. So I don't get that at all. For his performance, pretty faultless really. Stepped out from the back really well for the first goal. Was involved in the second as well. So yeah, the team are totally united. We recognise everybody has difficult moments, but he's a top player and he'll come through it.
Sports.
In other games from international friendly games yesterday, Italy responded to the shock of failing to qualify for the Qatar World Cup by coming from behind to beat Turkey. This was the friendly both side had hoped to avoid giving Turkey's World Cup hopes. We are also handed in a playoff defeat by Portugal over the weekend, but Italy's defeat by North Macedonia was felt across the game, and their frustrations continued when Cengiz Undala put Turkey ahead in Konya. But at the end of the day, Italy defeated Turkey by 3 goals to 2 with a brace from Raspadori, and Constantine also got a goal in that encounter. Well, it was an emotional scene for Christian Eriksen. Remembered he suffered a cardiac arrest at the same venue in Copenhagen, and guess what? Christian Eriksen called it a lovely feeling as he scored at captain Denmark to a 3-0 win over Serbia at Copenhagen's Parken Stadium, where he suffered a cardiac arrest last year. Eriksen collapsed on the same pitch during Denmark's Euro 2020 opener with Finland in June, and that was a miraculous return for Christian Eriksen, where he got that goal in that same venue where he suffered a cardiac arrest. Okay, results of other games from the international friendly games. Netherlands played a 1-0 draw with Germany. Belgium defeated Bulgaria by 3 goals to 0. Defeated Burkina Faso by 3 goals to 0. France annihilated South Africa by 5 goals to 0. Spain also defeated Iceland by 5 goals to 0. While Wales played out a 1-0 draw with Czech Republic. Moving straight to the hard court of the National Basketball Association, the NBA. Let's bring you results of games played in the early hours of this morning. Alright, Milwaukee Bucks defeated Philadelphia 76ers 118 points to 116. In other games, Chicago Bulls won against Washington Wizards 107 points to 94. The Brooklyn Nets defeated Detroit Pistons 130 points to 123. Dallas Mavericks were winners over LA Lakers 128 points to 110. It ended in favor of the Mavericks, and the last game saw LA Clippers clipped the wings of Utah Jazz 121 points to 115. The last salvo this morning is coming from the Miami Open in the world of tennis, where Naomi Osaka advanced into the Miami Open semi-finals with another impressive performance as an out-of-sort American Daniel Collins was brushed aside at the Hard Rock Stadium yesterday. The clinical Japanese star who is here to drop a set in this tournament won 6-2, 6-1. That was a straight victory, and will meet Swiss Olympic gold medal winner Belinda Bencic in the last 4. Collins, who appeared to be struggling with a neck injury and has been suffering with a viral infection, will return to the top 10 when the rankings are released. Having briefly been there following a run to the Australian Open final earlier this year. Well, it's wrap on today's edition of VM Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Many thanks for giving me the last 20 minutes of your precious time. Please join us this afternoon by 3:05 p.m. for your daily sports tonic on radio, talking about total sports on Ibr92.5 FM, where we shall take stock of all the events as it happened yesterday in that game between the Super Eagles and the Black Stars of Ghana. We shall do a post-mortem of that game. We shall chart a new course and of course set a new agenda for Nigerian football. It has been a disappointment for the last 2 months. Don't forget, we crashed out of the second round of the African Cup of Nations, and to add to another injury for us, it was a total disappointment after not qualifying for the FIFA World Cup. Join us by 3:05 p.m. for Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. But before then, Abdulhafiz Afolabi, Mr. MVP and his crew will be back here by 10:05 a.m. for Jamon Beta, the Yoruba edition of the show. Please keep it locked on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM for more programming. My name is Isaiah Akinremi. Good morning.
They follow Impact Business Radio, Ibr92.5 FM.
Always first.
So sad. The Academic Staff Union of Universities is on strike again, and this time an agonizing 8-week strike. As an undergraduate, should you just sit down at home and while away the time? Should you just put your life and your future on hold as ASU and the federal government drag it out? Why not take advantage of this break to learn something new, as promoted by the Impact School of Broadcasting and Communication? Are you a mass communication student, a student of communication and language arts? Do you have a passion to be a broadcaster or a presenter on radio and television? This is a window of opportunity being opened to you by the Impact School of Broadcasting and Communication. In 4 intensive weeks, you can be put through the basics of broadcasting with hands-on practical training on our radio and television stations. Do not just sit down and watch as the weeks roll into months. Do something today and enroll for this 4-week training, scheduled to run from Monday 4th of April to Friday 29th of April 2022. For further information, contact Femi Makpaderun on 0803-326-4646. You will be glad you did. We lead. They follow. Impact Business Radio, Ibr92.5 FM.
Always first.
We are black. Radio 92.5 FM, the only business radio in Southwest Nigeria. Don't touch that dial.
Amutajero, Impact Business Radio, let me know. Amutajero, 92.5 Impact Business Radio, let me know, yeah. Amutajero, Impact Business Radio, let me know.
Àpèrè ọ̀rọ̀ dé, gbọ̀tún yọ, gbòsì yọ, gbàgede méjì yọ fótó, ètò káràmàǹdà tí ń tú pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ bó ṣe ń lọ láwùjọ wa nínú ètò ìṣèjọba, lẹ́ka ìṣèlú, lẹ́ka ètò ọrọ̀ ajé àti lẹ́ka ìgbáyégbádùn gbogbo. Àpèrè ọ̀rọ̀ lètò tó ń nà yẹ́ kálé kákó kájù lórí bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ìṣàkóso àti àwùjọ ilẹ̀ wa Nàìjíríà láì ní fepo bọyọ̀ láì ní figbá kan bọ̀kan nínú. Ẹ máa pàdé àwọn èèkàn ìlú tọ́rọ̀ gbèrú gan-an lórí ètò tẹ̀yìn aráalé yóò sì láǹfààní láti pè wọlé dá sétò àpèrè ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo ọjọ́rú Wednesday láago 2 ọ̀sán sáago 3 níkànnì Amutajero IBR92.5 FM. Túndé Ọláwùyí àyànfẹ́ ikọ̀ látọ́kùn ètò àpèrè ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ló gbèrú ẹ̀jẹ̀ àjọgbọ́.